Hello everyone. Today is my first class regarding soil mechanics and foundation engineering. So before we start, first question that will form, that is what is soil mechanics and what is its behavior, what is its nature. We have to discuss first about that. Why soil behaves like a void material? Why soil compresses when we apply some load on it? Because we just have to remember the two things about soil mechanics. First thing is, a soil must consist of solid particle which forms a porous structure. And what does we mean by porous structure? What is this? Porous structure means a structure which have some porous forms like this. And here we easily find out some porous form in the soil mechanics. And why does this matter so much? Because when we apply some load on the soil, these voids are filled due to the side movement of the soil particle, because this particle will move in the voids, and that will make this soil a compressed soil, and that will make the soil compressed. So before we apply some load or a structure, when we build some structure on a soil mechanics, we have to know its porous form, how much voids have in the soil mechanics. Because if there is much voids, we have to fill the voids by some techniques. If this is a dense soil, there is no need to fill the voids because the settlement will be less. So first point we will learn from here, the soil must consist of solid particles which forms a porous structure. So this term is very important regarding soil mechanics. Now, second important point is what soil consists. Soil consists solids and void. Nothing much. Soil consists solid and void. These two things forms the whole soil structure. Look, if we build a structural building, there are so many things, but soil only deal with these two things, solids and void. We have to consider the solid particle and void particle. Now, how does it matter? Why this is so important? Because solid gives the soil strength, and void makes it a soil. Now think why the void is necessary. If there is no void in soil mechanics, what it will be called? That is simply called a stone, not soil. It is a stone. There is only solid. So the void term is also important. There must be some void when we deal with soil mechanics. So the soil and what is the solid? The solid part of the soil is bear the all strength when we structure a building, when we construct a building on a soil. So this term is also important in case of strength, and this term makes it a soil structure, not a solid structure, stone. So first 2 points, I think it's clear. And I am repeating the thing again, that the whole soil mechanics is bounded by just 2 points. First point, the soil must consist of solid particle which forms a porous structure. That means if there is soil, there must be void, and if we apply load on the soil, the void will just compressed from its previous form, and there will be some amount of settlement. It depends upon its void, how much void the soil have. And second point, soil consists of solid and void. Solid, what is the function of solid? It gives strength. And what is the function of void? It makes it a soil structure, not a stone structure or solid structure. Now, the first thing I think it's clear, and second, now I am entering into the next part, and we have to distinguish the soil by its two forms. We have to distinguish the soil by two parts. One part is three phase and one part is two phase. And what does that mean? The three phase and two phase? Phase means it consists three components in terms of material. What the three material are there in the soil mechanics? First is solid, second is air, and third is water. So, in the second point of soil, properties of the soil, we learn soil has two parts, solids and void. And the void consists of water and air. In the void means ki there is a hollow section in the soil mechanics. The empty part in the soil. The empty part in the soil, and the empty part consists water and air. The empty part consists water and air, and this water and air water plus air makes the void. So, solid, water, air and water. And now think, if we oven dry the soil, if we put it on a oven, if we put the soil on a oven, what will happen? Just think, the water will vanish, the water will evaporate. For its evaporation property, the water will evaporate. So what will be the remaining part in the soil? In the same soil, there will be solid and air. That called dry soil. And as there is only two property, solid and air, two phases are there. That's why it is called two-phase soil mechanics. And the other thing can also happen. What is the other thing? If we remove all the air from the soil, what will remain in the soil? That is water and solid. And how does it possible to remove all the air? Just fill the all voids in the soil mechanics with water, and the air will automatically remove. Then these two things will create another two-phase system of soil mechanics, that is called saturated soil. So the whole thing, if we discuss it togetherly, the what is coming, that soil consists of we can distinguish the soil by two things. One is three phase, one is two phase. And three phase system consists of solid, air and water. That means the air and water togetherly create the void. And if we remove the water, air will take the all void space, and it will create a dry soil. And if we remove all the air, the water will occupy all the void, and it will create a saturated soil. Okay? Now this some part we have to remember. First, what is rho? Rho means density. And what is density? Rho means density. What does that mean? What is density? Density means mass by volume. Density means mass by volume. So what does that mean? That means what is the density of air? That is 1.03 kg per meter cube. Kg means its mass, meter cube means volume. Kg per meter cube. And what is the density of water? 1000 kg per meter cube. Solid, as there is different type of solids, we have to make it in a range, that is 1000 to 2900 kg per meter cube. And there are as soil is fell in an open place, there are so many material which will be mixed up in the soil mechanics and in the soil. So and it will change, consequently it will change its whole property. So and if we distinguish that particles into two parts, we can tell it is as inorganic or organic material which will be mixed up in the soil. So what is the density of inorganic material? That 2600 to 2900 kg per meter cube, and organic material 1000 to 2000 kg per meter cube. All these things are very much important in case of competitive exam view. We have to remember all the term, as in the MCQs this data will not be given, you have to just put the values. So today we have learned three things. That first is property of the soil, and second thing the phases of the soil mechanics, and third some densities in the solids and water and air. So after this we will start the index property of soil in the next class, and before that I am giving some assignment. Just firstly you have to do two things. Make two notebooks. In the first notebook you will just put all the notes, and the second we have to, the assignment I will give you, you all have to do the assignment in your second notebook. So today I am finishing here.